Stop illegal mining now because government has reclaimed about 800 acres of land at Nyamkumase in the Manso district of the Ashanti region. The Newmont Ghana partnered initiative is a step in government's commitment towards restoring lands degraded by illegal mining as the fight towards ending the illegality gains momentum. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, says a comprehensive program to transform abandoned mined-out sites into viable farmland is being rolled out by government. Nanaya Ojima visits the sites and reports.
The 800-acre land until 2025 was illegally mined by unscrupulous persons. It took government's anti-illegal mining task force, NIMOS, to seize the area of illegal miners. The area at the time was heavily mined, with pits opened by the miners, posing threat to occupants of the area. According to the chief of the area, Nana Doku Apia II, the land had lost its form, rendering it unusable for economic activities aside from illegal mining. The fight against illegal mining has been our worry. We have played our part. The DC is also doing his part. I have been on the land on several occasions. I have sometimes reported them to the police, but the miners keep returning to the area. The reclamation project was awarded to RM Eco Restore Ghana Limited, a company supporting the government of Ghana in reclaiming and revegetating degraded and mined-out areas across the country. Following the reclamation, the 800-acre land is being revegetated with cassia and teak trees as part of the long-term plan to restore the land to its ecological balance. Lands Minister Emmanuel Amakufibua explains the choice of trees.
This is 340 or 320 hectares. If you calculate the manholes, pumping the water, bringing soil, this is about $48,000 per hectare. I mean, to think about the fact that as we speak, almost close to 7,500 or more football fields had to be reclaimed. And if you look at the cost, it's very, very clear that government's budget cannot do this work. If you recall the launch of the Tree for Life Reforestation Initiative by His Excellency President John Mahama, on that day he had vowed that we were going to do everything to reclaim our mine-out degraded lands.
According to the minister, other degraded sites across the country have been earmarked for similar interventions under the Tree for Life projects. Together with Blue Water Program, the government intends to reinforce a broader agenda of ecological sustainability. Mr. Amakufibua again.
I think it's going to be very fair. And I had a very extensive discussion with the Attorney General and lawyers for government. And the government has not made that decision yet. And lands across different district assemblies are given out by traditional authorities, by chiefs. And Insa is given, which means that you've given the blessing for the people to go and do the destruction. And the damage is done at the peril of the people. And now it becomes the responsibility of government somehow to find huge money to restore these lands. Now, is it not fair that once the lands are turned green, they belong to the state?
Meanwhile, the government has intensified security at the restored site to prevent the return of illegal miners. For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima, Manso.
Well, let's speak to Nanaya Ojima there from the Ashanti region. Nanaya, when you got to those sites, did you meet any resistance from the illegal miners?
At the time we got there, or at this moment, this place has been taken over by the government, NIMOS, have a constant, they are constant. They have men that are stationed there to ensure that the work that was being done by those who were contracted to do the restoration was could go on or could be completed peacefully. That area, as we speak now, have been taken over by the government. The men are there, and work still continuing to restore these areas into viable farmlands and restore the vegetation in this area. So that place, as we speak now, is secured. But there are other places within the Manso enclave which still have some of these illegal miners perpetrating the illegality within the area. If I'm to give a picture of the Manso area, it has about 3 different districts, and all of these districts are rich in gold deposits. And for that reason, it's one of the areas that have been normally targeted by illegal miners within the enclave. Now, what the government intends to do is that gradually seize some of these sites from the illegal miners, and through the support of corporate Ghana, try to get people to restore or to bring back the land into its original state, and if possible, grow trees in these areas to restore the vegetative cover in those areas. So Manso, as I said earlier, has been a target for illegal miners in the Ashanti region, and now government is on agenda to ensure that these places are clawed back by government and revegetated as expected.
And how long has the government been in possession of these 800 acres of land from illegal miners?
So government took over this area just last year, 2025, and they've constantly maintained men in there with the contractors have ensured that this has been restored. So since 2025, late 2025, government commenced this, and they've been on there, or they've been in there since.
Nanaya Ojima reports to us from the Ashanti region. Thank you very much.